How's your day been going so far?
Pretty good. Nice and busy. Kind of off and on with this weather.
Right. Yeah, this rain just came out of nowhere, like this mist.
Yeah, it's been kind of floating around because, I mean, I've been all the way down past Bartow today and then all the way up here. It's kind of been all over.
It's like someone up there spraying, spraying Windex or something.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to clean shit off as the election comes to an end.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it is kind of messy. It's all over the place.
Yep. I think most of us are just ready to move the hell on.
Yeah.
Is the temperature back there okay for you?
Yeah, it's cool.
Cool. Sure, I got this.
How's it like driving a Tesla?
It's great. I've had this thing for 4 years. Love it.
You have like your own charger, or you go to like the? I see they got charger ports like at Wawa's and.
Yeah, that's mostly where I'm at. My wife and I were able to charge our cars at home.
Nice.
But we plug into a regular outlet. We don't have like a fancy charger.
Oh, I see.
So it's still pretty great. I mean, I can get like 30% overnight. So you're not going to fill up overnight. But I mean, if a normal person driving day to day, they're going to get more energy than they're spending.
True.
You know,
That's
from just plugging in when you get home. Like my wife hasn't had to supercharge pretty much since we got here. With as much as I drive, though, it's just a necessity because I only get about 200, 220 miles out of this car.
Really?
This is also kind of old. The Model 3s now, they all average well over 300 miles.
Oh, gotcha.
But even with 2 to 220, I mean, I'm only stopping for like maybe 20 minutes to recharge.
I see.
So it's kind of nice to actually get out of the car, stretch my legs, use the bathroom, grab a snack.
And does it like auto record? Like you got a dashboard camera built in, and
it's got all of its own cameras, yeah.
Gotcha.
All around the car,
Nice.
The internal camera as well. This extra stuff is for my YouTube channel. I'm a content creator.
Gotcha.
I've been testing and reporting on Tesla's self-driving capability for years.
Oh, I see.
Which has actually been driving us since I picked you up. While I've been messing around on my phone and chatting with you, the car's been driving itself.
Really?
Yeah, you can tell it's in its autonomous mode based on, well, it's kind of hiding here, but this little blue steering wheel. And then when the car's moving, you'll see a little blue line. If I take over, it kind of grays out and you hear the chimes. So now it's me.
I didn't even realize that.
It's good enough now that it essentially blends in pretty seamlessly, unless I bring it up. Or unless I do what I like to do sometimes, which is like right in the middle of a turn, I'll like crack a drink and
I see.
just to see if I get a reaction. Most people just don't notice. It goes over their head. Even if I'm like up here with my hands and the car is turning, I don't know, maybe they think I'm using my knees or something. It's kind of wild. But yeah, you'll see it in action here when we turn. It even sees the people walking by.
The people. That's the part that's dope.
Yeah. And it's all just camera based, it's like us. Just eyes and a brain. And it does its thing. Right now, the biggest issues are really just kind of little dumb things. Like, say we had to take a right turn and it decides to get in the left lane.
Oh, I see.
And it's like, oh, no, why'd you do that? Because now we might miss that turn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, it'll do that. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the current issues it pops up every now and then. It's not super prominent. Most rides with customers, the car can do the entire trip.
Right.
And actually with this update, they really fixed something that was a big problem in the last update, which was like at night, when you have idiots driving by with their high beams.
Yeah, I hate that.
It like blinds the camera just like it blinds us, and the car would freak out and be like beep 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 beep, take over, like it can't see.
It can't see, right.
With this update, that problem's gone. I don't know what they did in the software, but the high beams and the blinding low sun, I haven't had any issue that I had to take over. In the sunlight, that's been a problem for years.
Right.
And now it seems to be fixed. And I say seems to be because I do this all with a scientific method, so like I don't want to make a definitive statement.
Right.
So far, in the few hundred to nearly 1,000 miles that I've been on this software patch, I haven't had the issue. So it tempts me to say I think it's fixed.
Yeah, definitely.
But the thing with software though, like the next update might have an improvement, but then make something else kind of go the other way.
That's how it is. It's like they fix something, then something basic gets thrown off.
Yeah.
And then they got to go back and do it again.
Yeah, and right now, because so to get real nerdy, the city street side, like the non-highway stuff, is no longer human coded. It's all true machine learning neural net.
Oh, nice.
Which is insane if you really think about real-world application of artificial intelligence.
Wow.
The highway stuff is still an older version human code, and you can tell because on the highway it's like a derp is driving now compared to how good it is on the city streets.
I see.
Like back in version 11 days, they were both kind of equal, so it just seemed like more of the same.
Right.
But now that the city street side's gotten so advanced, the highway seems like you just got your license. What are you doing? It's crazy to see that difference. Hopefully soon I'll have the update that merges those things. Right now, only the Cybertruck owners and a few Hardware 4 owners have that, which is, to get nerdy again, an upgraded version of the cameras and computer.
Gotcha.
So I kind of still have, like, I guess technically second gen tech, because the first gen stuff is all gone.
Oh, I see.
Or been upgraded to the second gen tech, or what we call Hardware 3. And now everything going forward is Hardware 4, Hardware 5. It's like computers, it just continues to evolve.
Whoa,
And yeah, it's getting us all the way up here.
This is wild.
We'll see if it can do all three. That'll be kind of fun. Like, can it get us to all 3 spots? I do take over typically at the parking lot spot just because, you know, just to speed it up, and it's the tail end of the equation.
But it get like parallel park. I'm assuming
it parallel parks, and it parks really well. There's no, like, so I still have to take over to make it do that though. Like,
Gotcha.
so I can see how it's showing how I can select a spot now.
Right.
So if I come to a stop and I choose that one and hit start real quick, since they might be getting ready to go, now it's gonna go and choose to park here. And typically it does it in one fell swoop.
Wow.
It's really good. And it also depends on how humans are walking around us. Like, I don't know if she's gonna wait. FSD is also waiting for her. There we go. And this guy's also backing up, so it's like real world scenario, right?
See. That is wow.
Parallel parks like a boss, like one move. It's really good. And then it should. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was like ready to hit the brakes just in case, but
okay,
I'll be right here. And just hold that button and push the door. You got it. Just push it.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a little weird. All right, now this is a fun customer. All right, for the next part, I'm gonna see if I can get my main camera on. It's kind of rainy out, so it should stay pretty cool, which is awesome because battery's not low. I charged this. There we go. All right, we're fully charged and we're recording forward. Okay, I need to actually plug in. I love this. This is like the best part of the DJI camera combo, or like what came with the Osmo Action5. It's just this battery holder that keeps these batteries in it, and you can plug this in and it'll charge all of them. Now, it's not a battery bank, it's just a storage and charging device, I've noticed, so it won't hold its own charge and charge the batteries. So you do got to remember to plug in. What I usually do is I wait till I'm on the last battery and then I charge these. That way I'm not, you know, forcing energy in or causing energy degradation, since they're lithium-ion batteries. But yeah, the Osmo has been incredible. I've loved it. I am gonna switch these, which I really need to do soon. I do have all that time. I know he's in there doing stuff. I don't know. Let's see. This might be a little weird, guys. Sorry. If he starts coming out, then I'll have to abort mission here. Okay. I'm like carrying y'all with me. Alright, now see, on this one I gotta do it here, because now I have the adapter, which you can see on this camera, which is that piece that plugs into a 3mm jack and or 3.5mm audio jack, and I can also charge from it. The weird thing is it's on the wrong side from where I need it to be. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna get this situated into this one. Here we go, with its own screw. And I actually like this too, so you can see it's got a nicer handle on the actual screw. So there we go. We're swapping. And we will rotate this back into its original spot. This is where the Hero 11 actually used to just sit all the time. So this is going to be super confusing because we've flipped everything around here. And hopefully... Alright. Okay, on to number 2. Let's see.
So I was wondering, how long did it take you before you felt like enough faith in the car to kind of like handle itself on the road?
It was kind of a joint bonding experience in a way. Like, I got this system the full self-driving beta, as it was called back then, in 2021 with version 10.2.
Gotcha.
And it was compared to this, not great.
Gotcha.
At the time, state of the art. But so it was probably 2 months, roughly 2 months of me exclusively using it with myself before I was ever comfortable with using it with other people.
Oh, I see.
Because by then I got to know it enough. I've often equated it to like when you have a friend or family member you know quite well and you know their moods, their tics, like what they're like. It's kind of the same thing. You know, I learned the little signs that make me go, okay, you're losing confidence. Or I also, just because of how much I drove in areas all the time, I was like, okay, I know that like this turn you usually mess up.
Right.
So I'm gonna be ready to take over here. You know, I had to gain that sort of knowledge base.
I see.
Before I'd be willing to use it with customers. And now I'm like Spock mind melded to the thing. I know it very well, to the point where if anything new does happen, kind of like a mechanic that can pick weird sounds out in cars to diagnose problems, I can kind of do that in a weird sort of driver's ed way with the car as my student. But it's been a learning experience. I'm also very technology forward and let's say I'm risk averse with customers, but risk tolerant by myself. So I'm willing to like test the metal. So it probably made me get used to it a lot faster than maybe the average person might. But I mean, there's well over 500,000, I think actually maybe closer to 1 million people now who have this level of the tech and are constantly using it all over the US and Canada. And all that data is going back to Tesla, which is how they improve and how it gets better through the updates. It's really a data game.
I saw it on the news where they were saying they caught someone driving a Tesla and it was doing what it's doing now, and they fell asleep.
Yeah, there's been a few cases of that. That's I'm also very like zero tolerance toward abuse of the system. I think folks that are recklessly using it shouldn't even have a driver's license, in my opinion.
I agree.
I mean, because we'll get there. We'll get to a point where eventually you can have your car come pick you up from the bar, take you home, you hop in the back seat.
That's what I was thinking too.
We're not going to get there if the silly humans ruin it before it gets good, you know, and cause regulation to step in, because when regulators get overly involved, it slows everything down.
That's true.
And it turns, you know, what is the saying? Turn a mountain into a molehill or whatever.
Pretty much. The human component does slow everything down.
It really does. And largely there hasn't been too much concern with, you know, this level of the FSD, because it's also baked into Tesla's strategy, very smartly so, that we are liable completely for our own cars, regardless of whether it's on or off. If you're drinking, falling asleep, whatever you're doing, it's your fault, not Tesla's, because you signed that waiver like, I'm accepting responsibility for this.
That makes sense.
And I think that was a brilliant move, and they'll have to change that language when they do go fully autonomous and start providing services, because now the liability is on Tesla. So there's a game to be played there with bureaucracy, red tape, legislation, regulation, all of it.
Wow, there's a lot that goes into it.
Oh yeah. Fortunately, there are companies that are sort of already paving the way through that red tape, like Waymo. They already have driverless cars, even though they do have the ability to remote assist if the car gets stuck or whatever. But they're already kind of like knocking through some of those regulatory windows, which should hopefully help speed up the process. I like that now. It's actually pretty good at detecting speed bumps. Not all speed bumps, though. Some of these it doesn't slow down for properly. Like one in a blue moon, it'll miss it, and I'll either have to catch it or just hope that it's not a big one.
I always wonder, like, with the way the speed bumps look, if they have some kind of component under them so that the vehicles do recognize that it's a speed bump coming up.
Yeah, some of this gets to be well beyond my expertise, because I'm not actually in the machine learning space, but what I do understand, at least a little bit, is that when it comes to training machine learning systems or neural networks, it's more so a game of teaching it what things are not versus what things are.
I see.
Which is weird, because eventually it learns that, you know, with certain markings or colors or raising, that it's like it learns to eventually identify different things as speed humps or bumps. But it's almost like for it to learn what a cat is, you have to show a million examples of what is not a cat.
Oh, I see.
And then like eventually it figures out, okay, by process of elimination, this thing is the thing.
Right.
And I think that still holds true with most machine learning, but the field is moving so quickly and evolving so fast with AI that it's kind of hard to keep up. Unless you're in the space. That's a lot of information to take in.
Wow, and it detects people walking.
Yeah. Old days used to slam on the brakes when there was like a person anywhere near the car. It was like overly compensating, like overly paranoid.
Right, trying to stop
and,
as soon
yeah,
as possible.
it would see somebody like at the other side of this round and go.
Gotcha.
Are we heading back to your main spot, or are we going somewhere?
I thought I had it set to go to FedEx next, but maybe I did something. I don't normally do more than 3 stops.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I didn't like kind of leave you screwed over there. Let's see.
Because as I was driving, I was looking at the app. I was like, maybe I did something.
Man, I think, well, and it also picked up another passenger behind you, which is maybe, because like now I got this Laura. All right, yeah, I'm gonna take over here because it's getting a little wonky. I've seen people do like double stops. Shoot.
While I was in there, I was like in the app and I was going through my phone. I have the cards, and I was like, maybe I hit something, but I actually got a message saying I didn't have to go to FedEx. So yeah,
okay,
probably just in the stars for me right now.
All right. I mean, as long as you're cool, I just didn't want to leave you like screwed over. I didn't realize I actually picked up a second customer right behind you as well. Uber, man, it has been acting kind of weird lately.
Yeah, I keep hearing that with the drivers, because my car, I had to sell it because it wasn't working, so I had to just get rid of it. So right now I'm saving up for a new vehicle, and I think Tesla just bumped up to 2nd place as far as getting a new vehicle, because I really like that feature. The car kind of like driving itself. Of course, that doesn't mean you take your eyes off the road or you take a nap.
Yeah, right now it's just kind of like having a partner.
Right.
That's really good. And what's cool is like you don't have to buy that part outright. Like I subscribe to it, so like I pay $100 a month for it.
Really?
Versus paying the what $8,000.
Yeah.
And like right now, like I'm trying to get my hands on another Model 3 because with that tax credit going on, this car brand new is like $29,900.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. If you get a chance to go on Tesla's website, look at the 3s and the Ys, look at the cash offer.
Right.
Because right now there's still that $7,500 point of sale tax credit.
Gotcha.
And that's knocking nearly $8,000 off the purchase price, which brings this thing down, because I got this for like $42,000 out the door in 2020. And now this car, a better version of this car, I might add too, is $29,900.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's tempting as hell.
Makes me want to get one ASAP.
Yeah, I go check them out. At least they won't hassle you. They don't have dealerships and such, so they don't. It's not that annoying like back and forth.
What you mean. Yeah.
So they'll let you go take the car for like half an hour just to go try it out. Yeah, they're usually really cool. I think I don't know the closest one, but I actually just ended up going by the John Young Parkway Tesla store.
I think the closest one is over here, next to Eatonville. I remember driving I-4. It's like a big old dealership on the side. On the right side.
Yeah, they've got some impressive centers now because they're doing delivery, service, and showroom all in one building. So they're pretty nutty.
Jeez, yeah, I might want to get a Tesla.
Well, yeah, man, you have a good one. It's good talking to you.
Good talking to you too.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. That was a lot of fun. He was really cool. And yeah, if you're wondering, yeah, there's a crack in my windshield. That just happened. Had a loud crack against my window last night or the night before, driving around. And then after I was charging, I noticed a cracked form. So I'll take care of that. At least it's on that side and not right in front of me, which is a little bit better. But I'm heading on to the next customer here. And yeah, hopefully this camera setup's a little bit better. I need to figure out my audio cord because that is definitely stretched. I wish this adapter was on the other side, or like there was a way to flip it around, but because of the way I have to mount up, that's the only spot where it's at. It is what it is. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was one of the more exciting rides and getting a lot more into the details of FSD and all. That guy was really dope. I want more customers like that because I know those are the interactions that people really love to see. And FSD did a great job. I got a little confused toward the end here in this apartment complex, which, it happens. And actually, fun fact, guys, these apartments over here, this is where Mugen and I, growing up, we spent a lot of our time over here. We used to go longboard and scooters and shit into this parking garage over here. We're in Maitland right now. This is part of my old stomping grounds. Anyway, enough of that. I will catch you guys in the next video.